So I welcome everyone. How many people on this platform have attended online class before now? How many people? If you have, just indicate. Okay. Any other person? I can see Mina. Any other person that have attended good, have attended online class? Okay, maybe we take from Mina and who other else is indicating. Let's hear your experience on online class. What is it all about? What was the experience like? Who wants to share? Just two people before we start. Those that have attended online classes before now. Anybody? Well, another question I'd like to ask. Okay, let's hear you, sir.
Okay, I've been able to attend one. I think that was 2 days ago, and the experience was quite revealing. And I think this idea of online class, I think it makes it easier for some of us that is a bit engaged, probably at the office and the rest of it. So I think the experience was revealing, and to me is okay.
Thank you very much. Any other person? Okay. Mr. Christian,
Hello,
let's
yes,
hear you, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, when you were asking, I thought it's just this particular course. I attended one yesterday on communication in business communication, yes. Yeah, it was wonderful. I like it. I think it's even better than going to the outside tutorials. It's good to hear from your lecturers directly.
Thank you very much, sir. From the two comments, I promise that this one will also be amazing. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So at this point, I'd also like to ask the second question. How many of you have visited STT 205 course page?
I think that is the VLE, that is the virtual learning environment, or
the environment, yes. Is the environment because it's course STT 205 course page. There you have introductory videos, the Zoom link, the e-library. How many of you have visited that page?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
Okay. So that means you have watched the introductory video, the instructional video. Good. So where did you get the information that we have Zoom meeting today? Is it through mail?
I got an email.
Okay.
Yeah, it's via email.
I got mine through email.
What of the course page? Is there any information there telling you that you have meeting today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, you saw that also.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So without wasting much of your time, you know this is week 1. I'm going to do a little recap of what you have on that course page. Okay? So at this point, I'll mute everyone so that we'll pay attention. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. So for a little recap, for people that have not seen the course page, I would like to share a little slides for you to follow up, okay? If you recall in the course page, I said that the title and code for this course is STT 205, and the course title is Statistics for Management Sciences 1. And I'm Dr. Chigozie Kelechi, the one that will facilitate the course. And by God's grace, every Wednesday by 12, we'll have lecture like this. For this week, if you look at the slide, I'm presenting the structure for the week. For this week's structure, we are going to cover the three things. Course overview, which is a course content and the objective, Unit 1 and Unit 2. We are also going to look at them one after the other. Under the course objective, you see that it's divided into 4 modules, 8 weeks, and 18 units. In this first week, we are going to consider only Unit 1 and Unit 2. Under Unit 1, you have seen there is statistics and decision-making processes. Under this Unit 1, you are expected to know the different definitions of statistics, their uses, roles, and how you can apply them in management sciences. It's when you finish Unit 1 that you're good to go. After exhausting everything under Unit 1, you now look at, and we believe at that point you understand the various definitions of statistics. Describe the uses and roles of statistics under Unit 1 and define the basic concepts in statistics. If you're able to achieve the 3 objectives, we believe that you can comfortably define what is statistics, state the 5 roles of statistics, and also explain the following concepts in statistics. With that, we look at Unit 2, where you have the nature, sources, and methods of data collection. In Unit 2, we expect that you know the nature of the data you are collecting, whether it's primary or secondary. Also the sources, whether it's a mini or micro source, and also the methods of collection. We have survey, questionnaires, observations, and others. So it's after you have exhausted Unit 2, we expected you to know the nature of primary and secondary data, identify various sources of micro and macro statistical information, and also describe the various methods of data collection. After that, you're ready for your second activity, which is knowing the futures between interviews and observation. Also defining primary and secondary data. You can list 2 sources of data and also mention the 3 methods you can use to collect your data. So at this point, before the assignment, I would like us to interact. I want to know the people that have tried to look at Unit 1 and Unit 2. If you want to react to any of the questions, you indicate so that I can unmute you. As I can show the slides again. I'm interested in the activities. People that have succeeded in looking at the units. If you have looked at any of the units, you just indicate. We are going to take just 2 tables from the slide. The first table is this. Can you see my slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So this table, I want to talk a little on this table so that it will be clear. This table is under our course content. Okay. Okay, good. If you look at the table, you have 3 captions: modules, weeks, and units. It's telling us that the course is divided into 4 modules. And we are going to cover the modules within 8 weeks. All the units under this course is from unit 1 to unit 18. And if you look at the table, you see how we divided the units under the weeks. For this first week, we are looking at unit 1 and unit 2. Next week, Wednesday, we'll cover units 3 and 4. On week 3, we are looking at unit 5, 6, and 7. Week 4, we are considering unit 8 and 9 only. Unit 5, we are considering unit 10, unit 11, and unit 12. Under unit 6 and under week 6 and 7, we'll consider units 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Finally, our 8th week will be a revision week. So for today, we are just looking at unit 1. And I said at the end of unit 1, you are expected to understand the various definitions of statistics. I can comfortably give you one. You can look at statistics as a collection, organization, analysis of data, and management sciences. You can also define statistics as a tool for making the right decisions in management sciences. We are expected to know the uses of statistics and roles of statistics, and also define the basic concepts of statistics. If you're able to look at unit 1 and read and understand what is on that, then you're good to go to look at the activities. Under unit 1, you have that you define what is statistics, set 5 roles of statistics in management sciences, explain the following concepts. Okay. Also, in unit 2, we look at the nature, source, and methods of collection of your data sets. In this place, you are expected to know the nature of your data sets, whether you... Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Good.
Yes, we can hear you.
Very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please, I want us to react to the first unit. Let's look at the first unit, the activities, if you can attend to them. Can anyone comfortably define what is statistics? I've given you a simple definition of that. Can anybody try? Any of the 3 questions you indicate, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Is it Kristen?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, from me, I think a more complex definition of statistics is that statistics is scientific study, which is used for collecting, summarizing, classifying, analyzing, and presenting information in such a way that we can have a thorough understanding in reality, the information represents, what the information represents.
Good.
The major was they're collecting, summarizing, classifying, analyzing, and presenting information.
Good. Any other person that can try number 2 or number 3? Mary Johnson, can we hear you? Unmute yourself. Hello? Mary, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Okay, as you're waiting for Mary, maybe I'll call another person. Habiba. There is somebody called Habiba iPhone. You didn't put your name, but you're raising your hand. Can we hear you? Habiba, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
There is Habiba, you're raising your hand, and Mary, can you talk?
Yes, ma. I said I wanted to answer number one question, which is definition of statistics.
Can you try to somebody have answered that one, please? Can you attempt 2 and 3? Let me show the slide again. Can you attempt that one, Miss Mary? Habiba, you are still raising your hand. Is there any other person that can attempt the 2 numbers, number 2 and number 3? Can anybody define population? That's the basic statistic concepts. Can anybody attempt number 3? You can define any of them.
Okay, I'll take population.
Okay.
Population has to do with like the whole population, taking a population of a certain place as a variables.
Okay.
And random variable has to do with like a probability. It might be represented as a certain function.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the 2 I can try.
That's a good attempt. Thank you very much. At this point, I want to remind you that unless you are asked to describe in exam, if you are asked to define, try and use the course guide. Try and use the definition in that material, not your own definition. That's why it's a course guide. It's going to help you know the right definition for these questions that I asked. So always visit your course page, use your course guide. There is a definition for population sample, random sample in your course guide. And also the 5 rows stated in your course guide, when you are asked in exam, they are the ones that you list. So we are strictly making use of our course guide. Even the statistics definition, there are many definitions in your course guide that you select one of them if you're opportune to ask to define statistics. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want another person to just give me, if it's only 2, that would be okay. The roles of statistics in management sciences. Can anybody attempt that? The roles.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see Kokoronta.
Let me attempt.
Okay.
Yes, ma. I think with statistics, it can be used for planning, proper planning, based on the definition you gave and that of Ajidua, the definition he gave. I think with statistics, one of the major role of statistics is for planning, and also planning in this regard does not have to do only it does not have to do immediately, but rather it help in planning for a long time. Like our country, Nigeria, if we have statistics of its population, I think with some of the things that is happening, the government should have been able to find solution to some of them, because the information regarding its population would be readily available to them. But since those informations are not available, I think that is why we are having 1 or 2 issues in really curbing some of these things. I think planning is major regarding one of its role, and the other role of statistics to management science, I think it helps in getting a specific result, which also boils down to the definition that was given previously. So with statistics being in place, the results that will be gotten from the collection of data, analyzing, and at the end of the day, bringing out an output, which is the result, it is always close to 100% correct. It is always 100% correct at the end of the day, once the data are being collected and the necessary steps or processes that is supposed to be